tabulation 38. Discrepancy is 3. Act CIS 504 COC, SSOB tabulation 588. Discrepancy is 84. Hugpong Federal, COC 349, SSOB tabulation 99. Discrepancy is 250. TGP, COC 15, SSOB tabulation 17. Discrepancy is 2. Dumper PTDA 59. SSOB tabulation 69. Discrepancy is 10. Malabong, COC 26. SSOB tabulation 17. Discrepancy is 9. Bagong Henerasyon, COC 145. SSOB tabulation 14. Discrepancy is 131. ACMA PPM, COC 830. SSOB tabulation 990. Discrepancy is 160. Ipatupad, COC 87. SSOB 26. Tabulation. Discrepancy 61. Pinuno, COC 350. SSOB tabulation 352. Discrepancy is 2. TODA, COC 67. SSOB tabulation 62. Discrepancy is 5. VHW, COC 293. SSOB tabulation 286. Discrepancy is 7. Malasakit Bayanihan, COC 91. SSOB tabulation 99. Or a discrepancy of 8. ABS, COC 9, SSOB tabulation 7, discrepancy is 2. Pasahero Party List, COC 12, SSOB tabulation 9, discrepancy is 3. ANGAP 421, COC, SSOB tabulation 422, or a difference of or a discrepancy of 1 vote. OFW 244, SSOB tabulation 232, discrepancy is 12. P3PWD, COC 35, SSOB tabulation 40, discrepancy is 5. SMILE 49, COC, SSOB tabulation 44, discrepancy is 5. Kabaka, COC 2, SSOB tabulation 9, discrepancy is 7. Acronym sa GIP, COC 7, SSOB tabulation 9. Discrepancy is 2. Ang kabuhayan, COC 1,739, SSOB tabulation 1,737, discrepancy is 2. Gabriela, COC 11, SSOB tabulation 77, discrepancy is 66. Kalinga, COC 3, SSOB tabulation 6, discrepancy is 3. STL, COC 29, SSOB tabulation 26, discrepancy is 3. Recobuda, 1,667, COC, SSOB tabulation 1,711, or a discrepancy of 44. Diwa, COC 1, SSOB 2, tabulation 2, discrepancy 1. Asinso Pinoy, 676, COC, SSOB tabulation 123, discrepancy is 553. PPP, COC 4, SSOB and tabulation 3, discrepancy is 1. ACT Teachers, COC 244, SSOB and tabulation 245, or a discrepancy of 1. Alona, COC 2, SSOB and tabulation is 1, discrepancy is 1. Tingog, COC 61, SSOB tabulation 60, discrepancy is 1. TUCP, 25,570, COC, SSOB and tabulation 25,607, or a difference or discrepancy of 37 votes. Agibat, COC 118, SSOB, tabulation, Discrepancy is 3. Contra Brownout. COC 20, SSOB tabulation 19, discrepancy is 1. Duterte Youth 180, SSOB tabulation is 176, discrepancy is 4. Kabataan, COC 100, SSOB tabulation 59, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. AX OFW 60, COC SSOB tabulation 59, discrepancy is 1 vote. Subanen, COC is 60, SSOB tabulation 59, the discrepancy is 1 vote. AKK 4,278, COC SSOB and tabulation 4,190, or a discrepancy of 88 votes. Big Party List, BG Party List, COC 12, SSOB and tabulation 148, or a discrepancy of 136. Pamilyang Magsasaka, COC 27, SSOB tabulation 28 votes, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. Coop NAPCO 303, SSOB tabulation 298, discrepancy 5 votes. Frontliners ang Bida, COC is 10, SSOB tabulation is 14, the discrepancy is 4 votes. Kasama 685 COC, SSOB tabulation 677, or a discrepancy of 8 votes. Akubis DAC, COC 1, SSOB tabulation is 14, discrepancy is 13 votes. Magsasaka, COC 80, SSOB tabulation 78, or a discrepancy of 2 votes. Marino, 1,116, COC, SSOB tabulation 117, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. BPO, COC is 6, SSOB tabulation is 8, the discrepancy is 2. Kusog Tausug, COC 9, SSOB tabulation 11, discrepancy is 2 votes. PLN, COC 39, SSOB and tabulation 6, or a discrepancy of 33 votes. OK Party List, 1,511, COC, SSOB tabulation 1,541, or a discrepancy of 30 votes. A Teacher, COC 87, SSOB tabulation 91, or a discrepancy of 4 votes. OF Family, 85, COC, SSOB tabulation 86, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. Kukuman, 147, COC, SSOB and tabulation 144, or a discrepancy of 3 votes. May Pag-asa, 2,541, COC, SSOB and tabulation 200,982, or a discrepancy of 441 votes. One Tahanan, COC 157, SSOB and tabulation 7, discrepancy is 150 votes. Senior Citizens Party List, COC 208, SSOB and tabulation 215, discrepancy is 7. Ascenso, COC 359, SSOB tabulation 352, the discrepancy is 7 votes. Amin, 858, COC, SSOB and tabulation 862, or 4 vote, or a 4-vote discrepancy. One Pacman, COC 27, SSOB and tabulation 26, discrepancy is 1. ABB and FCPI, COC 10, SSOB tabulation 4 votes. Discrepancy is 6 votes. Confederation of the Philippines, ABP and FCPI, no discrepancy. Anwaray Party List, Anwaray, COC 5, SSOB tabulation 1, discrepancy is 4. AB Party List, 59, COC, SSOB tabulation 62, or a discrepancy of 3 votes. AKAP Pinoy, COC 6, SSOB 5, discrepancy is 1. IWI, COC 3, SSOB tabulation 2 votes, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. Antinig na Seniors, 12, COC, SSOB and tabulation 13, discrepancy is 1. Uma Ilonggo, COC 2, SSOB tabulation 1, discrepancy is 1. FPJ, 54, COC, SSOB and tabulation 55, the discrepancy is 1. Libro, COC 0, SSOB and tabulation 2, the discrepancy is 2. For the party list total votes, subtotal party list votes, COC is 8,430. SSOB and tabulation, 8,203, or the discrepancy of 227 votes. Subtotal party list votes, COC 31,176, SSOB and tabulation 30,706, discrepancy is 470 votes. Subtotal party list votes, COC 14,111, SSOB tabulation 14,559, or a discrepancy of 448 votes. Subtotal party list votes 2,950, COC, SSOB and tabulation 2,797, or a discrepancy of 153 votes. Grand total party list votes is 56,667, COC, SSOB and tabulation 56,265, or a discrepancy of 402 votes. In the COC for Mexico, Philippine Embassy, Belize, Dominican Republic, Republic of Costa Rica, Cuba, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Mexico. Discrepancy is noted in the subtotal for party list votes. Details are as follows. Subtotal party list votes, COC 22, tabulation and audit 23, discrepancy is 1. For senators, a discrepancy in the COC, SSOB and tabulation sheet. Noted is a discrepancy in the votes for senators in the COC and SOBP for Delhi, Timor-Leste, Oslo, Norway and Iceland, and 63 barangays in North Cotabato, BARM. For senators, Dili, Timor-Leste, Chudoro Gibo, COC, 148 votes. SOBP and tabulation, 143. Discrepancy is 5 votes. For Oslo, Castellanes, Bro, John, PDL, LBN. COC is 41, SOBP and tabulation 31, or a discrepancy of 10 votes. 63 barangays in North Cotabato, BARM. For senators, Afwang Abner, COC 626, SSOB and tabulation 764 votes, or a discrepancy of 138 votes. Albani Ibrahim, 8,884, COC, SSOB and tabulation 8,766, or a discrepancy of 118 votes. Bailin Agnes, COC 1,277, SSOB and tabulation 1,297, or a discrepancy of 20 votes. Balita Carl Action, COC 8,482, SSOB and tabulation 1,297, or a discrepancy of 20 votes. Balita Carl Action, 8,482, COC, SSOB and tabulation 9,098, or a discrepancy of 616 votes. Bautista Herbert Bistik, COC 17,155, SSOB and tabulation 17,152, or a difference of 3 votes. Binay Judo, 8,656, COC, SSOB and tabulation 8,038, or a discrepancy of 618 votes. Cabonegro Roy, COC 174, SSOB and tabulation 184, or a difference of 10 votes. De Lima, COC 2,059, SSOB and tabulation 2,060, or a discrepancy of 1 vote. Del Rosario Munsor, 1,658 COC, SSOB and tabulation 1,657, or a difference of 1 vote. Jokno Chel, COC 14,053, SSOB and tabulation 14,081, or a discrepancy of 28 votes. Ejercito J.B. Estrada, COC 15,180, SSOB and tabulation 15,186, or a difference of 6 votes. Eleazar General Guillermo, COC 3,864, SSOB and tabulation 3,845, or a discrepancy of 19. Erenio Brother Ernie, COC 220, SSOB and tabulation 217, or a difference of 3 votes. Escudero Cheese, 4,449, SSOB and tabulation 4,349 or a difference of 100 votes. Espiritu Luke, COC 487, SSOV 497, tabulation 497, discrepancy is 10 votes. Estrada Jinggoy, 5,229, COC, SSOV and tabulation, 5,219 or a difference of 10 votes. Gadon Larry, KBL, 1,890 COC, SSOB and tabulation, 1,898 or a difference of 8 votes. Gatchalian Win, COC, 24,958, SSOB and tabulation, 25,038 or a discrepancy of 80 votes. Gutok Samira, 37,585, SSOB and tabulation, 37,385 or a difference of 200 votes. Hunasan Gringo, 3,882 SCOC, SSOB and tabulation, 3,892 or 10 votes. Sabiliana, 203 COC, SSOB and tabulation, 183 or a difference of 20 votes. Lakson Kuya Alex, 1,809 COC, SSOVP and tabulation, 1,810 or a difference of 1 vote. Ligarda Lauren, 29,940 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 29,445 or a difference of 495 votes. Malilin Emily, 126 COC, 127 for SSOV and tabulation or a difference of 1 vote. Olarte Attorney Dr. Leo, 98 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 105 or a difference of 7 votes. Padilla, 2,124 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 2,118 or a difference of 6 votes. Padilla Rogan, 60,932 SSOV and tabulation, 60,287 or a difference of 645 votes. Panelo, 1,819 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 108,1803 or a difference of 16 votes. Pimentel Astra, 1,332 SSOV and tabulation, 1,341 or 9 votes. Pinyol Mani, 16,924 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 17,448 or 524 difference. Rica Blanca Willie Jr., 1,304 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 121. Roque, 5,320 COC, SSOV, 5,339, tabulation, 5,339, or a difference of 19 votes. Sahidula, 2,502 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 2,452, discrepancy is 50 votes. Sison Jopet, 1,064 COC, SSOV and tabulation, 1,107 or a difference of 43 votes. Chidoro Gibo, 3,339, SSOV and tabulation, 3,329, difference is 10 votes. Trillianas, 2,511, COC, SSOV and tabulation, 2,545, difference of 34 votes. Tulfo, Idol, Rafi, 18,379, COC, 18,791, 18,791 for tabulation, difference is 412 votes. Valieros Ray, COC 247, SSOV at tabulation 265 at difference of 18. Villanueva, 22,305, COC 22,579 for tabulation and SOV, difference is 274. Zubiri Mix, 37,357, SSOV and tabulation 38,635, the difference is 1,328. Discrepancies in the votes in words and figures as appearing in the COC. Differences were noted for the COC for Abuja, PE, Vatican, and the barangays in North Cotabato of Guam. Details are as follows. Gatchalian win. In words, 108. In figures, 128. Tabulation and audit, 128. Laksun, Kuya Alex, 44 in words. In figures, 42. Tabulation and audit, 42. For Vatican's, Season Jope. In words, 41. In figures, 1. Tabulation and audit, 41. Barangays in North Cotabato of Guam. Agri-agra na reforma para sa magsasaka ng Pilipinas, Agri. In words, 44. In figures, 94. Tabulation and audit, 94. No entries in the votes in words and in figures appearing in the COC for Mexico, El Salvador, and Vatican. Details are as follows. Mexico, Dominican Republic, Republic of Costa Rica, Cuba, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Mexico. Grand total party list votes, certificate of canvass, no entry, blank, tabulation and audit, 167. For Vatican, subtotal party list votes in the COC, no entry, tabulation and audit, 73. Subtotal party list, no entry in the COC, tabulation and audit, 65. Subtotal party list votes, no entry in the COC, tabulation and audit, 62. Subtotal party list votes, COC, no entry, tabulation and audit, 42. Grand total party list votes, COC, no entry, tabulation and audit, 242. The tabulation prepared tabulation sheets and correction sheets for all Abuja, Prague, Mexico, El Salvador, Yangon, Oslo, and the 63 barangays in North Cotabato. The recommendation of the audit group is to recommend approval of the correction sheets and the adoption of the tabulation sheets prepared by tabulation group. No other findings noted. May we show, Your Honor, the audit report to the parties?
Please do.
And the correction sheets. Parties may now approach. Your Honor, parties and counsels have already reviewed the correction sheets and the audit report number 6.
Number 6? Number 6 or number 5?
Report number 5, Your Honor.
Okay.
Correction,
Okay.
please. Report number 5.
Okay. Are there any objections to the correction sheets and audit report number 5?
We hear none, Your Honor.
Okay, there being none, the corrections as recommended by the audit and tabulation group are hereby adopted. So ordered.
Madam Chair, may we inquire from the supervisory group whether or not the Provincial Board of Canvassers of Lanao del Sur have already submitted the provincial canvass report for the province of Lanao del Sur?
Your Honor, for the information of the National Board of Canvassers, we are in receipt of the report from the Supervisory Committee, Alan Francis B. Abaya, wherein it states, in Your Honor, in compliance with the directive of the National Board of Canvassers, it is respectfully submitted the canvass report for the province of Lanao del Sur. So the canvass report, Your Honor, for Lanao del Sur is already before the Commission, before the National Board of Canvassers, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, may I move that the same be shown to the parties and their representatives and counsel so that they can view the said document for purposes of determining, likewise, whether the result of Lanao del Sur will materially affect the ranking specifically for the position of senator and that of the party list. I so move, Madam Chair.
The motion of Commissioner George Garcia is granted.
Just a manifestation, Madam Chair, we would like to remind everybody that the provincial certificate of canvass is a document not for purposes of canvassing. We still have to wait for the COC of the province of Lanao del Sur. This is just to show to one and all that the result of Lanao del Sur will not affect or will affect the standing of the parties for the position of senator and party list.
Noted.
Parties may now approach.
Mulat sila. Apit.
Your Honor, parties and councils have already viewed the canvass report from the province of Lanao del Sur.
Are there objections to the
Madam Chair,
canvas report? Yes.
may we direct our tabulation group to prepare report number 7 for consideration by the NBOC for purposes of determining whether we should proclaim or we should not proclaim the 12 winning senators, and at the same time whether we should proclaim or not the initial winners of the party list election. And so therefore, Madam Chair, I so move that the same be, that this committee be directed to do the same.
So the motion of Commissioner George Garcia is granted. The tabulation committee is ordered to prepare report number 7.
Likewise, Madam Chair, may I move that we direct our supervisory group to recommend before the NBOC whether to proclaim or not to proclaim the 12 winning senatorial candidates based on their ranking in accordance with report number 7, and whether to proclaim or not to proclaim the winning party list organizations based on report number 7.
The motion is granted. Our supervisory group is ordered to prepare a recommendation on the basis of report number 7.
And so therefore, Madam Chair, I move that we suspend our proceedings for this morning and we resume session by 5 o'clock this afternoon to receive the report of the tabulation group as well as the recommendation of the supervisory group so that the NBOC can make a final decision on the matter.
Since time is needed to prepare report number 7, we will now suspend our session and we will resume at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So ordered.
All rise. After 5 na natin, we'll be showing to the parties report number 7.